Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Sorry about there. Welcome back. Our 29th TTM returns. Excited to finally dig into these. We have 3 returns today, and let's get right to it. This one comes to us from Orlando, Florida. 13 days, 3 of 3, and there's no fee for this player. There he is, Mr. John Castino, 82 Flair. 84 tops, and the 1980 tops card. So it looks like he used ballpoint pen there, black marker there, and a blue marker on the 82 Flair. So he customized it there for me. Very cool returns. Thank you, Mr. Castino. Listen about Mr. John Castino. He actually played for the Twins his whole career from 1979 to 1984. He was actually the Co-Rookie of the Year award winner in 1979. It was the first time it happened in the AL. It actually happened in the NL in 1976 when Butch Metzger and Pat Zachary both shared the award. This has not been repeated since the 1979 voting, actually. He ended his career with a 278 average, 41 home runs, 293 runs scored, and 249 ribbies. His career ended prematurely, unfortunately, due to back issues, mainly due to a fused disc in his back. He was a very, very good ball player with exceptional defensive skills. He would have had a fantastic career. It's really unfortunate that back issues had to derail it. Similar to David Wright and Don Mattingly. It's crazy. But to put in perspective just how good of a player he was, his big league manager at the time, Gene Mauch, had this to say. He said, just when you think, and I quote, just when you think you've seen him make his best plays, he makes another one. I can only think of only 2 other third basemen I have seen that could make those plays. Brooks Robinson and Billy Cox. End quote. That's pretty high regard there. He's held in pretty high esteem. It's pretty amazing. Actually, his teammate at that time as well, legendary pitcher Jerry Koosman, he had this to say, and I quote, "It's a great feeling for a pitcher to have a defensive player like that performing behind you. Sometimes during a game, I want to stop and applaud some of the plays that he makes." End quote. Pretty amazing. And then finally, from the legend himself, Mr. Brooks Robinson, said, and I quote, "Castino looks like he's going to be an outstanding fielder. It looks like he's won already. He resembles me in many ways, his throwing and his actions." End quote. Now, if that doesn't solidify your status, I don't know what will. And Castino had this to say about Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson was a broadcaster for the Orioles when I was playing, and used to come down to the field to talk to me. He was such a good man, a classic gentleman. End quote. And I couldn't agree with him more. And Mr. Robinson is and will always be that classic gentleman. So, Mr. Castino, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Great return. And our next return is a 2 of 2 from Tacoma, Olympia, Washington. Shout out to Eddie's baseball autographs and Flying Dutchman cards. Their neck of the woods out there. This was a 2 of 2, 26 days, no fee. I'm trying to figure out why I didn't send this person an 86 tops card, but I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. Anyway, here he is, Mr. Doug Sisk on the 84 Donruss. And there he is on the 88 tops card. So we'll put that there. Mr. Doug Sisk played in the bigs for 9 years, mostly with the Mets, as you see there. And he also played with the Braves and the Orioles to round out his career. He was a career reliever. He was 22-20 with a 3.27 ERA, 33 saves, and 195 strikeouts. He only gave up 15 career home runs in over 500 career innings. Pretty impressive. He won a World Series title with the Mets in 1986. He was actually a clubhouse prankster, along with Jesse Orosco and Danny Heap during those Mets years. There were a few others on that team as well. I'm looking at you, Roger McDowell. But in spring training of 1983, He was on the receiving end of one of those pranks. He had pitched very well in spring training that year. He was called into the Mets manager's office. At that time was George Bamberger. And Sisk thought to himself, oh no, what did I do? Did they change their minds about me? Skip Bamberger then told him, sorry, Doug, I can't keep you. I need to send you down to Tidewater, which at that time was the Mets AAA affiliate, the Tidewater Tides. Bamberger looked at Doug and said, is there anything you have to say? And Doug answered, no, George. At that point, Skip Bamberger said, good, because it's a bunch of crock. At that point, his teammates who had been in on the gag and were listening in all started laughing and howling. That's a great story. Maybe that's why he became a prankster later on. Who knows in his career. All right, Mr. Doug Sisk, thank you very much. It is much appreciated for that return. And all right, in our final return, it's Mr. Sisk is actually a nice segue into the next return. Doug Sisk was actually called up for the first time to the bigs by the Mets in early September of 1982. He pitched rather well in 82 to finish out the season. His only blemish came on September 15th, 1982, in a game versus the Montreal Expos. Mr. Sisk came in the bottom of the 11th inning, and he faced one batter, and that batter took a 3-1 pitch count and hit a game-winning home run. Sisk took the loss, and it was the first of the career 15 home runs that he gave up, as I stated a little earlier. And that player happened to be Hall of Famer Andre Hawk Dawson. And that is our next player. This is a 2 of 2, 12 days, and he was $10 per. And here he is on the 1981 Topps. Nice looking card, nice looking sig. And here he is on the 2015 Topps Tribute Relic card, which is pretty cool. I wanted to get a relic card and get it signed. It came out really, really awesome. Pretty happy with this. So there it is. Game worn relic. This is numbered out of 150, and now it's autographed. Very cool. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you so much. That one looks fantastic there. All right, so Mr. Dawson. I mean, we all know what he's done what he did in his career, but he played in the majors for 21 years for the Expos, Cubs, Marlins, and the Red Sox. He was the NL Rookie of the Year in 1977, an 8-time All-Star, NL MVP in 1987 with the Cubbies, 8-time Gold Glove Award winner, and 4-time Silver Slugger Award winner. He was inducted into Hall of Fame in 2010, and he ended his career with 438 home runs, 2,774 hits, 1,373 runs, 1,591 ribbies, 314 stolen bases, and a 279 career average. He actually finished second in the NL MVP voting in 1981 and 1983. He is one of only 5 players in the history of the game to hit at least 400 home runs and steal 300 or more bases. Pause here if you want to try and figure out who the other 4 are. And if you get them, kudos to you. You are a baseball historian. All right, so the other 4, as you may have guessed, are Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, who was Barry's godfather, Alex Rodriguez, and finally former Met Carlos Beltran. Mr. Dawson is the epitome of determination. Determination is what made Mr. Dawson a great player. Determination to come back after more than a dozen knee operations. Determination to show baseball how overlooked he was during his first 11 years playing in Canada. Determination to become one of the game's most well-rounded players in its history. He showed it while stepping to the plate with that menacing focus on his face. He truly was one of baseball's truest 5-tool players. He could hit, run, hit with power, field, and throw, and was among baseball's best in each category. To think his first knee operation was as a high school athlete at Southwest Miami High School. He suffered torn ligaments and cartilage playing high school football. through that determination, he was still able to be that five-tool player, all while spending his first 11 years on the Olympic Stadium AstroTurf. Truly amazing. Like the Hawk always said, love the game, and the game will love you back. It most definitely did. Well said, sir. Again, thank you so much, and special thanks to you guys as well for watching. I really appreciate the support, and hit me up if there's anything I can help anyone with. All right, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see everyone next time. Be well. Take care. Bye.